This video is part of a series presenting the story in English titled, 4 Years 9 Days, My Life in the Kingdom of Hell. This English rendition is a translated adaptation of the original Khmer poem, designed for English-speaking audiences. A parallel version, narrated in Khmer with English or French subtitles, is also available on youtube.com/@Ritia's channel. To continue following the story in English, please follow and subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/@Ritia2. Chapter 4, Day 1 of the Khmer Rouge Victory. This video contains 4 sections. Section 1, The New Orders. Section 2, Leaving Home. Section 3, Analyzing the Situation in 1974 to 1975. Section 4, The Evening of Day 1, April 17, 1975. Today, April 17, 1975. Section 1, The New Orders. We are in April 17, 1975. The guerrillas announced the following.
Fathers, mothers, comrades, you will have to leave the city before the American B-52s bomb the city of Phnom Penh. For your safety, you must leave your home. After 3 to 4 days, you can come back.
He continued.
If you disobey Angkar's orders, it means you are opposing Angkar. You will be punished severely.
At the same moment, I hear gunshots and people are running. I go to observe at the corner of the street. There are a few bodies lying on the side of the road. At the corner of Tepphon and Siriaifit Boulevard, it is clear that the Khmer Rouge brutally killed these individuals with their AK-47s. The fresh blood of the victims still stains the road. As I stand here, the phrase guardian of the street takes on a new, terrifying meaning. It serves as a warning that anyone on these streets could be shot dead without warning. Terror and disbelief grip me as I flee towards home. Just days ago, people had faith in the Liberation Army. Now, like many others, I am uncertain if that trust still holds. The situation changes rapidly, and the news from the guerrillas makes my former hope for peace vanish. Section 2, Leaving Home. I come back home and go to the upper floor to observe. The situation looks dire. The guerrillas are acting like terrorists, shooting in the air and sometimes shooting at people. They are pointing their guns and forcing people on the street to move westward. We are all together at my cousin Kun's house, not knowing what to do or where to go. At noon, my uncle's family and my aunts all came to Kun's house to join my grandma, who wants to wait a little longer before leaving. She is anxious while she is waiting for her daughter's family. She does not want to leave because many of her loved ones are still missing. I see the Khmer Rouge soldiers chasing other families. Suddenly, I hear a soldier's voice shouting at us. He has his finger on the trigger of his gun, pointing it at us. We are 36 people together, all from my mother's side. We all witness savage acts committed by these soldiers, gunning down innocent people for no reason. We cannot stay or hide in the house. We decide to leave our home. The elders get in the car while all the young walk alongside it. At the corner of Tepphon Street and Siriaifit Boulevard, the streets are congested as people continue to leave their homes without a destination. The black uniformed army starts to shoot at people. They are gunned down on the side of the street without any apparent reason. People continue walking slowly, not knowing why they are being killed. On the street, there are many people walking in the same direction towards the west. The gunmen are watching as people keep moving and no one dares to reverse directions. On that narrow street, rich or poor, ill or healthy, everyone has to move through the narrow street. The guerrillas, armed with guns, threaten to shoot anyone who attempts to engage in conversation with them. Protesters are left bleeding and dying on the roadside, their deaths a stark reminder of the cruelty of these young soldiers. Their behavior is savage and they seem to be operating under a law of the jungle. The Liberation Army claims to bring freedom, yet they start killing innocent people only hours after entering the city. The end of the war should be a joyous occasion, but instead it is marred by senseless violence. The future is uncertain and it is hard to predict what will happen next. My grandmother's large family is traveling together with 4 cars filled with supplies for the journey. The streets are congested with people and cars are moving slowly, making it almost faster to walk. I am grateful that I brought my bike with me. After a while, we reach the end of Tepphon Street and join the National Road number 4. We are at the Monk Hospital, joining the National Road number 4. Our direction is to continue to Baekjeon, our family's native home. Cars can be driven, but progress is slow. We share some backpacks and everyone carries something. As I look around, I see that some people are crying. Why are we being expelled from the city? The former government has just collapsed. The city dwellers who were happy to welcome the Khmer Rouge are now crying. Looking around, it is a very sad day for everyone. Some people are tired and taking a break, but the guerrillas keep pushing and pushing them forward.
Hurry and leave the city to avoid death,
warns a Khmer Rouge soldier, pointing his gun with a finger on the trigger. This scene repeats itself over and over on this April 17th day, leaving the citizens of Phnom Penh in a state of shock and disbelief at the cruelty of the Khmer Rouge. It is beyond comprehension. Late in the afternoon, we are nearing our hometown. We hurry to make it before sunset, hoping to find refuge in our home in Baekjeon rather than remaining on the road. This morning, we were filled with joy at the prospect of peace returning. Now, we never imagined we would have to abandon our homes. Anxiety grips us all. The future of society is uncertain. Even the most learned scholars cannot predict what will happen next. We all try to make sense of the events unfolding before us. Why are we being forced to flee the city? Everyone wants answers, but there is no information available. Do we press forward or turn back? Section 3 analyze the situation in 1974 to 1975, a year before the victory of the Khmer Rouge. Cambodia cannot become a communist state. There were three main factors that experts analyzed the political situation in Cambodia at that time. The three main factors were reasonable and many intellectuals adhered to these theories. The important thing was to end the war and bring peace to the country. First, some of the Khmer Rouge leaders were popular because they dared to criticize the Songkhram Risnikyan party, led by the prince. The prince named them Khmer Rouge. These intellectuals did not give up their protests at first, but they were eventually forced to flee into the jungle due to persecution by the royal police. Second, the former king, Sihanouk, and chief of state was later deposed. He joined the Khmer Rouge movement after he lost power in 1970. There has never been a king who loves communism. Third, Cambodia is a small country but rich in natural resources, with an abundance of fish and few large landowners. The Khmer people had access to enough land and food, unlike in China before the communists took over, before 1949. Additionally, the Khmer population is primarily Buddhist, with thousands of pagodas throughout the country. There was no reason for the country to turn to communism. The three main factors above and the ongoing propaganda messages from the former king via Radio de Pekin and the war discouraged people from supporting the current republic government. Dear children, take up arms, join the Marquis. Free our country from the Americans. The Republicans are the enemy. This message was broadcasted via the radio of Pekin in the evening, attributed to the former king of Cambodia. The quote is indeed factual. Since this morning, Phnom Penh has been in a state of tumult. I can't help but wonder who is currently in charge of the nation. April is the hottest month. I am tired like the others. Everyone is hungry, thirsty, and homeless. Millions of people are displaced and unsure of where to go. I am walking and thinking. But Khmers are losing their souls on this April 17th. Many are becoming homeless due to a ruthless order from the mysterious entity known as Angkar. It is unclear who or what Angkar is. We have heard this term used during the 5 years of war, but no one knows if it is a person or an organization. Before the defeat of the Khmer Republic by the guerrillas, many people believed in the former king who, from Peking, kept calling people to join him in the war. Many people were swayed by the former king's rhetoric on the voice of Pekin, such as, "Dear citizens, come and join us in the forest to fight the Americans and free our nation." This was the former king's rhetoric for many years during the war to appeal to his people. The war is over. But where is the former king now? He got what he wanted, but his voice disappeared after Phnom Penh fell. As for my extended family, we are 36 people of all ages when we left Phnom Penh this morning. No one can guess our destiny in the near future. Section 4, the evening of Day 1, April 17, 1975. By sunset, we reach Kambul town. We are not allowed to proceed any further and are directed down a gravel road towards Wat Ta Phem. We stop under a cypress tree on the edge of the forest. There is no water available, so we share dried bread, cookies and other dry food to quell our hunger. Suddenly, a group of soldiers appear. They inspect everyone's wrists for watches. One of the Khmer Rouge soldiers demands Trey's watch, stating that Onkar wants this watch. My cousin's husband, Trey, reluctantly hands over his watch. The soldier uses a strange term snur. I am taken aback by the unfamiliar words used by these people. I will encounter many more unfamiliar words in the coming days. Some words I know will have new meanings or be used incorrectly. Every Khmer Rouge soldier, regardless of their age, seems to know how to steal watches from people. One by one, the soldiers forcibly remove watches from people's wrists. They see gold and diamonds as useless and ignore them. However, when they see a car, the tires catch their attention. I witnessed the team who visited us earlier visiting other people. Their purpose is to steal watches from everyone. Tonight, we sleep under an open field far from other people. The night dew makes us wet in the morning. Children sleep hungry while the elder people are still worried. Today we have a big story. Everyone is sad and does not understand the current situation. Addenda. There were 36 individuals in the group. However, my young aunt's family and several of my cousins who lived on the same street were unable to join us. My grandmother was accompanied by only a portion of her descendants on that day. Sadly, only 16 members of the group survived the 4 years. That was my first encounter with the Khmer Rouge's use of many unfamiliar new words. Soon after, we were all forced to adapt and adopt a large number of new vocabulary items. The Khmer Rouge declared that many commonly used words were remnants of feudal society and abolished them. More information on this chapter is documented in Appendix B. All appendices published at the end of Chapter 13. Please follow or subscribe, comment and share with friends. Please online for Kamnap Ritia 2 for more information. End of Chapter 4, thank you.